Hello and welcome everybody to my channel Omni Bioentrance, and today we will be discussing Pondicherry University MSc Entrance Exam question paper for the subject Biochemistry and Molecular Biology conducted in the year 2000. So coming to the first question. The chromosomes responsible for characteristics other than the sex are known by which of the following terms? Answer is autosomes. You have the sex chromosomes and the autosomes. So those which code for the or responsible for the characteristic of the sex of an organism are the sex chromosome, and the other somatic cells are known by autosomes. Then eukaryotic cells with DNA damage often cease progression through cell cycle until the damage is repaired. This type of control over the cell cycle is referred to as checkpoint control, option A. So cell cycle checkpoints are control mechanism in the eukaryotic cell which ensures its proper progression through various stages of the cell cycle. Then mucopolysaccharides are known as glycosaminoglycans. Answer is option D. The next one. Essential fatty acids are the precursors of. So this is a repeated question. The answer is arachidonate. The next one. Transcription initiation can be determined by. So transcription initiation can be determined by footprinting. So answer is option A. So initiation is the beginning of transcription. It occurs when the enzyme RNA polymerase bind to a region of a gene called the promoter. So through DNA footprinting, you can know about the DNA protein associations. So answer is or DNA protein interactions. So answer is footprinting. The next one. Ovule is attached to the placenta by a slender stalk called funicle. Answer is option D. That's a repeated question. The next one. Into which of the following acids is glucose broken down in the first stage of carbohydrate metabolism? So in the first stage of carbohydrate metabolism, glucose or breakdown of glucose or glycolysis yield pyruvic acid. Answer is option B. The next one. After formation of the initiation complex in eukaryotes, poly A tail is split off. Nothing like that happens. Methionine tRNA occupies the A site of the ribosome. It is not the A site but the P site. 7-methyl-guanosine triphosphate cap is split off. The cap actually it facilitates translation initiation, but also is involved or participate in other processes such as mRNA splicing and nucleocytoplasmic transport. So answer is none of the above. The next one. Cyclins and cyclin dependent kinases are involved in the regulation of. They are involved in the regulation of cell cycle. Then molting is caused by the hormone. So ecdysone is the major steroid hormone in insects and plays essential role in coordinating developmental transition such as larval molting and metamorphosis. And it is done through its active metabolite, that is 20-hydroxy-ecdysone. So the answer here is option D, hydroxy-ecdysone. Then next one. One-celled algae enclosed in minute two-part silica shells are called as. They are called as diatoms. Answer is option A or option 1. A specific inhibitor of succinate dehydrogenase. So answer is malonate. Malonate is a competitive inhibitor of succinate dehydrogenase enzyme and competes with the enzyme's normal substrate, that is succinate, for the active site. Then examples of triple antigen vaccines included in the immunization schedule or schedule of newborns are. So answer is DPT. DPT is for diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, and MMR is for measles, mumps, and rubella. So answer is option D. MMR and DPT. Then next one. From the pentapeptide phenylalanine, alanine, leucine, lysine, arginine, phenylalanine residue is split off by trypsin. It cleaves the protein chain on the carboxyl side of a basic L amino acid such as arginine and lysine. Then carboxypeptidase, it removes amino acids from the carboxyl end of peptidases. Aminopeptidases are enzymes that catalyze the cleavage of amino acid from the end terminus of the protein or peptide. And chymotrypsin, they hydrolyze the peptide bond of tryptophan, leucine, tyrosine and phenylalanine on the C-terminal side. So as per me, aminopeptidases and chymotrypsin can be the answer. So both C and D can be correct. I don't know what was given in your key, because aminopeptidases, they catalyze the cleavage of amino acid from the end terminus of protein or peptide, and chymotrypsin hydrolyzes the peptide bond on the C-terminal side of phenylalanine. So both C and D can be the answer. In the first stage of photosynthesis, light energy is used to split water. Answer is option C. Fright, fight, flight reaction during emergency are brought about by sympathetic nervous system. Then next one. Insulin promotes fatty acid biosynthesis. This is also a repeated question. Then heme synthetases is congenitally deficient in. It is deficient in protoporphyria. Answer is option B. Then next one. Because penicillin prevents peptidoglycan synthesis, it is more effective on gram-positive bacteria. It has more concentration of peptidoglycan than gram-negative bacteria. Each of the following is a cell organelle except one. Which one of these is not a cell organelle? So answer is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is not a cell organelle, whereas mitochondrion, lysosome and endoplasmic reticulum are cell organelles. So the next question. The class of antibiotics known as quinolones is bactericide. Its mode of action on growing bacteria is thought to be. Now quinolones, they inhibit replication of bacterial DNA by blocking the ligase domain of bacterial DNA gyrase or topoisomerase 2. So the answer is option A, inhibition of DNA gyrase. Then next one. C1 component of classical complement pathway is made up of. So it is made up of complements 1Q, 1R and 1S. Then thromboxanes are involved in. They are involved in platelet aggregation. Answer is option D. Then next one. The first DNA molecule to be completely sequenced was, from the given option, it is bacteriophage X174. Then next one. The mitochondrial superoxide dismutase contains Mn2 positive. Then which of these connective tissue types has proteoglycans in its matrix? Now cartilage, it consists of water, proteoglycans, collagen fibers and cartilage cells, that is chondrocytes. The proteoglycans and collagen fibers make up the extracellular collagen matrix surrounding the chondrocytes. So answer is option D, that is cartilage. Then next one. Which one of the following is not an arachnid? So answer is lobster. Lobster is not an arachnid. Then next one. Enhancer elements. Enhancer element increase the expression of some structural genes. Answer is option D. Then next one. When both ovaries are removed from the rat, then which hormone is decreased in the blood? So from the given options, if you see, oxytocin is a neuropeptide released by the posterior pituitary. Prolactin is mainly used to produce milk. Then gonadotropin releasing hormone is secreted by the anterior pituitary and it stimulates the secretion of LH and FSH. Now if both the ovaries are removed, then the blood plasma level of estrogen will be affected as it is produced by the theca interna cells of Graafian follicles. Estrogen is the hormone which mainly regulates the growth and development of female accessory reproductive organs, secondary sexual characters and the sexual behavior. So if both the ovaries are removed, then the hormone which is decreased in the blood is estrogen. Now the fatty acid with 14 carbon atoms will undergo how many cycles of beta oxidation? It will undergo 6 cycles of beta oxidation. Answer is option D. Then a homopolysaccharide made up of fructose is, so that is inulin. This is also a repeated question. Then next one. Consider the average in vivo turnover rates for proteins, DNA and mRNA. Which of the following order best describes the turnover rate from the fastest, that is shortest average lifetime, toward the slowest, longest average lifetime? So the one which is having the shortest average lifetime is your mRNA. Then comes protein and then comes DNA. So answer is option B, mRNA greater than protein greater than DNA. Then next one. Primary interactions between antigens and antibodies involve all of the following except covalent bonds. Covalent bonds doesn't take place between antigen and antibody interactions. Then next one. When a surgeon conducts a bypass surgery by transferring a piece of vein from the patient's leg to the same patient's heart, this is called as autograft. Answer is option B. So next question. Cortisol is the most potent of the neutrally occurring glycocorticoids. They are produced by the cells of zona glomerulosa, zona fasciculata, zona reticularis. So zona reticularis, that is the innermost layer of the cortex and secretes the sex hormone, that is androgens, and a small amount of glucocorticoids. Whereas zona fasciculata, it produces glucocorticoids such as cortisol. So answer is B and C. But zona fasciculata is mainly involved in the secretion of cortisol. Even though zona reticularis, it produces very minimum amount. Then next one. Normal blood calcium levels ranges between, so it ranges between 8 to 10.5 mg per dl. So answer is option. Then next one. Cholera toxin has AB subunits. A1 subunit enters cytosol to become active and activates a protein which stimulates adenylate cyclase to produce CAMP. High CAMP levels activate dash, leading to the efflux of ions and water from enterocytes causing diarrhea. So what they have given is mechanism of action of cholera toxin. So the high level of AMP which is produced upon activation will lead to the will activate which one, the cystic fibrosis transmembrane receptor or CFTR, and it will lead to efflux of ions and water from the enterocytes causing diarrhea. So answer is option B. It is the part of forebrain and regulates the pituitary glands and maintains body temperature. So that is the part of the brain that is hypothalamus. Then next one. It is a part of the forebrain and regulates the pituitary glands and maintain body temperature. The question, I think I made a mistake while copying. So answer is hypothalamus. Then next one. Monooxygenases they are found in microsomes. Answer is option A. Then in antibodies, the variable region of the light chain has three hypervariable regions. Answer is option B. Next one. When a colorblind man marries a woman pure for normal color vision, it is probable that one of the following situation may result. Is it probable that they have told about the condition or whether the grandsons or their grandchildren will be colorblind? So we will see. So this is the color blind man marrying a normal vision female. So they will the gametes will cross and it will result in all normal children, because XCX, this one, that will be phenotypically not colorblind. It will have normal vision. Then what will happen when these children marry? You will get a cross where half of the grandsons will be colorblind. You have got two grandsons over here, of which one half will be colorblind, and granddaughters, both of them will not be colorblind, but one will be a carrier or heterozygote for color blindness. So answer is half of the grandsons will be colorblind. Then next one. Green fluorescent protein GFP is derived from. It is derived from Aquaria. AEQUOREA is the correct spelling. Aquaria Victoria. Answer is option A. Suppressor mutations occur in. A mutation in the gene for a tRNA molecule that changes its anticodon loop in such a way that it can suppress nonsense mutation. So it will occur in the anticodon loop of tRNA. So answer is option D. In the next one, BRCA1 is associated with which cancer? It is associated with breast cancer. Answer is option D. The half-life of a protein depends upon it depends on the N-terminus amino acid. This is also a repeated question. Then next one, osmoregulation is concerned with. Osmoregulation is the maintenance of constant osmotic condition in the body, which involves regulation of the water content and solute concentration of body fluids. So answer is control of body's water content. Then next one, sticky ends are produced by restriction endonucleases. So after digestion of a DNA with certain restriction enzyme, the ends left have one strand overhanging the other to form a short single-stranded segment. This overhang will easily reattach to the other end like it and are known as sticky ends. So they have asked, in sticky ends produced by restriction endonucleases, the ends of the double-stranded fragment are overlapping. Answer is option A. Which of the following pair of diseases is caused by viruses? Answer is rabies and mumps. They both are caused by viruses. The SI unit of molar extinction coefficient is meter square per mole. Answer is option A. Agent affecting translation is, so chloramphenicol, it prevents protein chain elongation by inhibiting the peptidyl transferase activity of bacterial ribosome. So answer is chloramphenicol. Then Dr. John Snow, a physician, saw the devastating effects and the rapid spread of a disease called as cholera. Answer is option C. Then next one. You want to purify a protein by ion exchange chromatography, but you did not know the nature of the charge on the protein at certain pH. Determine the nature of charge of the given protein sequence at pH 3 so that you know whether to purify by cation or anion exchange chromatography. So you are asked to determine the net charge of this particular peptide. So I have rewritten the peptide, and you know the pKa values of the amino terminal length, that is 10, and of the carboxy terminal it is 2. Okay. And for tyrosine there is a pK value for its side chain, that is 10. So here also we have one tyrosine, that is 10, and for glutamic acid and aspartic acid it is 4. So we know that when pH is greater than pKa, it will be deprotonated, and if pH is less than pKa, it will be protonated and will get a +1 charge. Now they have given the pH is equal to 3. So at the amino end, pH is less than pKa. Okay, and you will have a charge of +1 as that end will be protonated. And similarly, the carboxy terminal end, pH is greater than pKa, that is 3 is greater than 2. The pKa at the carboxy end is 2. So it will be deprotonated and will have a charge of -1. Now this is the tyrosine. For tyrosine, I told you that there is a side chain with a pKa value of 10. So the pKa value, so pH, at pH 3, the pKa value is greater when compared to the pH. So pH is less than pKa. The amino acid will be protonated and will get a +1 charge. Similar for the tyrosine over here, that is second tyrosine. It will also have a pKa of 10 and it will have a +1 charge. Now for glutamic acid, if pH is less than pKa, amino acid will be protonated because pH is 3 and pKa is 4. So pH value is less than 4. The side chain of glutamic acid and aspartic acid have a pKa value of 4. So 4 is less than or else 4 is greater than 3 or 3 is less than 4. So it will result in amino acid getting protonated and will have a +1 charge. Similarly for aspartic acid also there will be +1 charge. So the net charge will be, add all these, +1, -1, +1, +1, +1, +1, you will get +4. So the answer is a net charge that is positive. So positive charge is the answer. Then next one. Which of the following is not found in blood? So answer is option C, that is glycogen is not found in blood. Then glaucoma is an eye disease arising from, it is arising from increased pressure of fluid in eyeball. Then MSH is secreted by, it is secreted by middle lobe of pituitary. Then next one, a light microscope has an objective lens with magnification of 100x and an ocular lens with a magnification of 10x. What is the total magnification of the image? So total magnification of the image is magnification of objective lens into magnification of ocular lens. So 100 into 10, you will get 1000x. Answer is option C. Then jawless fishes belong to the class, they belong to the class Agnatans. An individual with 3x chromosome is likely to be. So an individual having 3x chromosome, they will be clinically a normal female. So answer is option C. Then next one. Histones are proteins rich in lysine and arginine. So answer is option D. What is the general formula for carbohydrates? It is CH2O n times. Then next, a hormone used for detection of pregnancy is, it is chorionic gonadotropin. Then cholesterol is a precursor for bile acid. Then molecular weight of human albumin is about, these are all direct questions. Answer 69,000. In Drosophila, the sex is determined by the ratio of X chromosomes to autosomes. Answer is option A. The next one. The powerhouse of the cell is mitochondria. Then, in anaerobic glycolysis, energy yielded from each molecule of glucose is, that is 2 ATP equivalents. The next one. The major function of parathyroid hormone or PTH appears to be the maintenance of a normal level of extracellular fluid, that is calcium. So parathyroid hormone, it stimulates the functions, that is release of calcium by bones into the bloodstream and also absorption of calcium from food by the intestine and conversion of calcium by kidneys. So answer is option C, that is calcium. Then stearic acid has 18 carbon atoms. It is an saturated fatty acid. Then vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is stored in the liver. In normal resting state, most of the blood glucose burnt as fuel in humans is consumed by the brain. The next one. Immunoglobulins are classified on the basis of the type of heavy chain. Then plants store energy as starch. The following air pollutants is responsible for acid rain, that is sulfur dioxide. Acid rain results when sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides are emitted into atmosphere and transported by wind and air currents. The next one. Which of the following hormone is not involved in carbohydrate metabolism? So answer is vasopressin. It plays a key role in maintaining osmolality and therefore in maintaining the volume of water in the extracellular fluid. Then ergosterol is a precursor of vitamin D2 or vitamin D as given in the option. And at isoelectric pH, an amino acid exists as a Switter ion. The most rapid method to resynthesize ATP during exercise is through the phosphagen system, also called the CRP ATP system, is the quickest way to resynthesize ATP. Now creatinine phosphate CRP, which is stored in the skeletal muscle, donates a phosphate to ADP to produce ATP. During rest, the ATP will help to restore CRP or creatine phosphate. So answer is option C, phosphocreatine breakdown. The next one. Amino acid with non-polar side chain is, that is valine. The next one. The carbon chain of fatty acid is shortened by 2 carbon atoms at a time, that is in beta oxidation. Only there the carbon chain of fatty acid is shortened by 2 carbon atoms at a time. This involves successive reactions catalyzed by 4 enzymes. These acts on the following order. So they have asked for the enzymes that catalyze the beta oxidation of the acids and the order of the enzyme. So answer is acyl-CoA dehydrogenase, enoyl-CoA hydrase, acyl-CoA dehydrogenase and thiolase. Answer is option B. Then next one. The glyoxylate cycle found in plants and bacteria but not in animals. The lack of this cycle in animals result in the inability to perform gluconeogenesis from fatty acids. Answer is option C. The next one. Enzymes that are secreted in their inactive form are called zymogens. The next one. The glycosaminoglycan which does not contain uronic acid is? It is creatine sulfate. So next one, this amino acid. So out of the following options, you have to choose one amino acid that has profound effect on secondary structure of proteins, because when present in amino acid sequence, it disrupts the alpha helix structure. So out of these, the one which disrupts the alpha helix structure is proline, and it has profound effect in the secondary structure of proteins, and when present in amino acid sequence, it will disrupt the alpha helical structure. Then next one, enzyme that cuts within DNA molecule is? It is endonuclease, restriction endonuclease. So answer is option C. Then next one, ligand gated ion channel receptor is best illustrated with? It is best illustrated with nicotinic acetylcholine receptor. Then next one, trypsinogen is converted to trypsin by? So enterokinase, also called as enteropeptidase, is a proteolytic enzyme secreted from the duodenal mucosa that changes the inactive pancreatic secretion, that is trypsinogen, into trypsin. So trypsinogen is converted to trypsin by proteolytic cleavage. Then next one, an example of thermostable enzyme is? That is Taq polymerase. Now they have given alpha D glucose, beta D glucose and some values. So changes for glucose above represent, it represents mutarotation. Then next one, which of the following is not a covalent modification? So answer is option A, that is B phosphorylation is not a covalent modification. Then both alpha helix and beta pleated sheet conformations of proteins were proposed by Pauling and Corey. An increase in the osmolality of extracellular compartment will stimulate ADH secretion or aldosterone or antidiuretic hormone secretion. ADH is antidiuretic hormone. Then next one, during strenuous exercise, the NADH formed in the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase reaction in skeletal muscle must be reoxidized to NAD+ if glycolysis is going to continue. The most important reaction involved in the reoxidation of NADH in anaerobic condition is? So that is pyruvate to lactate. They have asked for anaerobic condition. Then next one, binding of catecholamines to alpha-2 adrenergic receptors result in decreases in the intracellular concentration of CAMP. Then next one, the sequence of the redox carrier in respiratory chain is? NAD, FMN, Q, cytochrome B, cytochrome C, cytochrome AA3 and oxygen. So they have asked for the sequence of respiratory electron transport. Then next one, which one of the following nucleus of hypothalamus is mainly responsible for circadian rhythm? That is the suprachiasmatic nucleus or SCN is a tiny region of the brain in the hypothalamus situated directly above the optic chiasma. It is responsible for controlling circadian rhythms. So answer is suprachiasmatic nuclei or nucleus, it is SCN. Then next one, collagen present in its structure modified amino acid as hydroxyproline and hydroxylysine. The formation of these amino acids from their precursors is post-transcriptional and occurs in enzymatic reaction that require as cofactors the following compounds. So which compound is required as cofactor? That is ascorbic acid. Answer is option A. The largest class of enzymes based on the classification of enzyme commission, that is oxidoreductase. Next one. Several thousand tons of aspirin are consumed each year all over the world for the relief of headache, inflamed joint pain and in general fever. Also, at low doses, it is used in the prevention of heart attacks. The relief caused by aspirin in these conditions is based mainly in aspirin effects on eicosanoid metabolism. So the relief caused by aspirin, that is a painkiller, it is mainly caused by aspirin effect on eicosanoid metabolism. Now what does aspirin binds covalently? So act as an irreversible inhibitor to its enzyme of eicosanoid metabolism. So aspirin binds covalently to which enzyme of eicosanoid metabolism? That is what they have asked. And the answer is PGH2 synthase. That is prostaglandin H2 synthase. That is where aspirin covalently binds. So that's it. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.